love story is straight out of a fairy tale, quite literally.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 real-life royal romances.
Fascinating stuff, what? Let's have it again.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most extraordinary, unexpected, and romantic royal stories from around the world. Which royal romance do you think sounds most like a fairy tale love story? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, Prince Carl Philip and Princess Sofia Hellqvist. The public was initially skeptical when they found out that Swedish Prince Carl Philip was dating Sofia Hellqvist. A prince dating a former reality show star and glamour model? It would never last. Yet in 2014, after several years of dating, the couple announced their engagement, and a year later, they were wed.
Och älska honom i nöd och lust.
Ja.
They were introduced through mutual friends while hanging out at a nightclub. Initially, the couple went to great lengths to keep their relationship secret.
They made a point to arrive separately whenever they went to the movies and used different names when speaking to each other on the phone, among other precautions.
Of course, in spite of their best efforts, the news eventually broke. The pair have had to ward off plenty of criticism and numerous attempts to spotlight Hellqvist's past. Regardless, in June 2023, the couple, who have 3 children, celebrate their 8th wedding anniversary. Number 9, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, Duke and Duchess of Sussex. In 2017, the Suits actress told Vanity Fair, "Personally, I love a good love story." And as far as those go, she hit the jackpot.
I had my path. And then came age. I mean, he literally, talk about a plot twist.
Britain's Prince Harry first spotted his future wife while scrolling through social media. However, the pair first met when a mutual friend set them up on a blind date in 2016. Soon after, the couple reportedly jetted off on vacation to Botswana.
There's no distraction, there was no cell phone reception. There's no mirror, there's no bathroom. There was no, how do I look? Thankfully, we really liked each other.
They tried to keep their relationship away from the press, but ultimately went public at the 2017 Invictus Games in Toronto. In November 2017, Prince Harry proposed, and they married the following May. The British press proved hostile to Markle, and the couple ultimately left royal life and now live in California with their 2 children.
I appreciate, respect, and honor you, my treasure, for the family we will create and our love story that will last forever.
Number 8, Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. You could say that Queen Victoria was Britain's OG influencer. So naturally, she'd be the one to buck royal marriage trends and give us a real-life royal fairy tale.
But there are plenty of people who will expect me to fail. And there are even more trying to take advantage of my youth and inexperience.
Then they don't know you like I do.
Before meeting her cousin Albert, Prince of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, the young royal had apparently rejected all marriage prospects, but this was love at first sight. Still, she took her time and, due to royal protocol, proposed to him.
Because it would make me happier than anything. Too happy, really, if you would agree to what I wish.
And stay with you.
And stay with me.
They married on the 10th of February 1840. Fun fact, Queen V is often credited as the trendsetter who popularised white wedding dresses. The couple had 9 kids and spent 21 years together until Albert's untimely death. From then on, the Queen famously only dressed in mourning and retreated from public life.
The moment when he died, she went out, and this shriek was heard through the castle. Shriek of horror, that when she realised what had happened, that she'd lost her angel.
Number 7, Mako Komuro and Kei Komuro. Imagine you were part of one of the oldest dynasties in the world, and you had to give up your title for love. Could you do it? Princess Mako of Japan did.
This is the moment Princess Mako left the imperial family, bowing to her mother and father, but then the rigid formality of the imperial household was broken for a moment, as Princess Kako stepped forward to give her older sister a warm hug.
In 2017, the 25-year-old relinquished her royal status after meeting and falling in love with law firm worker Kei Komuro, whom she met while they were both studying. After multiple delays, the couple tied the knot in 2021.
We, the two of us, will start our new life. I guess there will be different types of difficulties, but we want to live together by working together.
She chose to forego the sum the government traditionally pays women who leave the imperial family, and they currently live in the United States. Another Japanese royal, Princess Ayako, also gave up her title in 2018 to marry Kei Komuro, a businessman who she'd been introduced to by her mother. Number 6, Prince Rainier III and Princess Grace Kelly.
Prince Rainier has a problem. To continue the Grimaldi line, he must marry and produce an heir. But he can't find a suitable bride.
Talk about a love story made for the movies. In May 1955, actress Grace Kelly was on the train to the Cannes Film Festival when she met fellow actress Olivia de Havilland, who offered to introduce her to Prince Rainier III of Monaco.
Grace is reluctant to go. She'd rather get her hair done. But after some persuasion, she agrees.
The two met in Rainier's palace a few days later and posed for photographs. The pair kept in touch, and later that year, Rainier proposed.
Even though she had not been struck by him on first meeting in real life, a correspondence struck up between them, so it's a sort of old-fashioned courtship.
Thought today's royal weddings were lavish? Well, this two-day affair brought luxury to a whole new level. Kelly traded in Hollywood for public service as Monaco's new princess. The couple had 3 children and remained together until Kelly's tragic passing in 1982. Number 5, King George III and Queen Charlotte. Upon the ascension of 22-year-old George III to the British throne in 1760, all attention turned to finding a queen to rule by his side. According to historian Janice Hadlow, he wanted a helpmate and a companion who shared his values and visions for the monarchy. Enter 17-year-old Princess Charlotte of Mecklenburg-Strelitz in northern Germany.
Your Majesty.
Not Your Majesty. George.
Within hours of their first meeting, the two were wed. Although it had been arranged, they shared many common interests like music and nature.
Yes, this is Handel. I met him once. Ordinary-looking fella. I have his harpsichord.
Unlike his other family members, George III reportedly never had a mistress. The king and queen seemingly remained devoted to each other and had 15 children.
Your line will live on.
Our line.
Love letters kept at the Royal Collection Trust suggest that the sparks didn't fade even after decades of marriage.
Number 4, Emperor Akihito and Empress Michiko.
We've talked about princesses Mako and Ayako choosing to abdicate for love.
But it was Crown Prince Akihito who first broke the 2,600-year-old Japanese tradition when he fell in love with Michiko Shoda, who was not of noble status.
The pair met on a tennis court in 1957 and quickly became the centre of a media storm. Their meeting was likened to a real-life fairy tale and dubbed the romance of the tennis court.
The
pair are often credited with modernising the Imperial House of Japan. As well as both being active royal members, Michiko insisted on being a hands-on mother to their 3 children. In 1989, they officially became the Emperor and Empress Consort of Japan.
And on their trips abroad so far, they have wowed the competition. And many Japanese hope that they also will be an ideal couple for Japan, projecting warmth at home and the new Japan abroad.
Number 3, Prince Yoel Dawit Makonnen and Princess Ariana Austin.
Few of us would expect to find our prince or princess charming at a nightclub. Even fewer of us would expect the person to be an actual, well, prince.
I believe that everybody, in order to be their best selves and do good in the world, they have to find that superpower, use it, and embrace fully their own story.
While at a nightclub in Washington, D.C., Ariana Austin hit it off with a young man on the dance floor. Apparently just minutes into their meeting, Makonnen told Austin that she was going to be his girlfriend. You know what he didn't mention? That he's a freaking prince.
Why didn't you just tell me?
Well, you know,
royalty going out into the city in disguise? I mean, it sounds a little strange, don't you think?
Due to his family's complicated history in Ethiopia, he only told her once they were already in a committed relationship. They got engaged in 2014 and tied the knot in 2017. Their wedding, which had 13 officiants, is something out of a fantasy wedding mood board. Number 2, Maharani Indira Devi and Maharaja Jitendra Narayan.
This is great. This is what the girls tease the boys and the boys tease the girls.
Princess Indira Rajah of Baroda, India, was originally betrothed to the Maharaja of Gwalior. However, during a trip to Delhi in 1911, she met Prince Jitendra Narayan of Cooch Behar, and they fell in love. She boldly bypassed her parents and sent a letter to her fiancé breaking off their engagement.
Okay. Oh, you may never get such a good offer like this one again.
I'm sorry.
Her parents were mortified when they found out and desperately tried to change her mind. But you know what they say, the heart wants what the heart wants.
Tell her that you marry first, then love grows. And never speak to her again if she refuses him.
Eventually, Indira and Jitendra married in London. After Jitendra's brother died, they returned to Cooch Behar as the new Maharaja and Maharani. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Princess Margaret and Peter Townsend. Their whirlwind romance ended amid pressure from Parliament, the Church and the royal family.
I will never forgive her. And I will never marry anyone else. Ever. You were the only one.
Prince Frederick and Princess Mary Donaldson. The Australian advertising exec had no idea she'd been hanging out with a Danish prince until after their first meeting.
Perhaps half an hour or so later that someone came up to me and said, "Do you know who these people are?" I said, "No," and then we found out.
Because I wasn't the only crown prince in that crowd that evening, so...
King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia. Their unlikely pairing eventually led to Spain's first ever commoner ascending the throne.
Spain as a whole was surprised when in November 2003 the couple announced their engagement. The prince would marry a divorced journalist.
King Jigme Keza and Queen Jetson Pema. What started as a childhood crush turned into a royal wedding.
She sometimes looked a little bit overwhelmed amidst all the solemnity and pageantry, but there was one moment of real tenderness as the king placed a crown on her head and then caressed her face reassuringly.
Emperor Shah and Mumtaz Mahal. The emperor had the Taj Mahal built as his late wife's tomb to symbolize his eternal love.
Although the marriage was arranged for political reasons, it develops into something much deeper over time.
They do become very close, and it's clear from the contemporary sources that there is a genuine bond of affection between them.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Prince Adekunle Kunle Adebayo Omilana and Princess Keisha Omilana. Aspiring model Keisha was on her way to a casting call in New York when she noticed someone looking at her. He came over and asked for her number, but she gently turned him down and was already walking away when something made her change her mind.
My woman's intuition said, you know what? He's everything you said that you wanted. You don't like anybody. This guy is tall, he's dark, he's handsome. He was very smooth, and I said, you know what? If he's still there, then that means it's meant to be.
After 2 years of dating, he introduced her to his mother, who called her my princess, which she thought was just a term of endearment. But the mum told Keisha that her beau was in fact a Nigerian prince from the ruling family.
I don't go around and say, I am a prince, so bow down to me. No, that wasn't how I was raised.
The couple now lives in Europe with their 2 kids.
Unlike some other royals, Princess Keisha kept her day job. Maybe you even recognize her as the Pantene girl.
So every day is a lovely day.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.